There we go. Hello and welcome to Finding Aiur, episode 9. And my sister is meeping at me like she often does. My location has changed yet again, because due to various complications, I am in my sister's office's conference room. So we get to be all professional. That's a joke, right?
Yes.
And, oh, I forgot to start our music. I want to turn it down. Start that. Boy. Now her text is coming through to my phone because I didn't answer it off of the tablet. Okay. Hang on. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. The monocoids will be dealt with shortly.
You've been saying that for years.
You're the one that made them.
Yes, and you're the one that never destroyed them.
What? It's called not letting you live it down.
It's your fault. Everything's your fault. You should know that by now.
Why do I put up with this?
I asked myself the same thing.
Touche. Anyways, we're gonna get into game now. Let's see here. Load replay. What replay are we casting? Did I tell you what we were casting this week?
No.
Okay. I will look it up later. But first, we have Scrappy PVT, and I need to change the overlay before we run into problems. And I don't have my other monitor, so you're just gonna have to see cascading windows of doom whenever I have to change interfaces and whatnot. I will avoid having to, but yeah.
Reception.
Yes. If you guys need to, or if you guys want to ask questions, feel free to, as I do have my chat up on my tablet. And we'll get into game.
Alright, spawning in the top right, the Red Terran Firebolt. And spotting in the bottom left, the blue Protoss. Is that teal or blue?
That's blue.
The blue Protoss, the aptly blue Protoss, Zenidor. Yes, terrible, I
know. Yeah. In other news, I am running on about 2 hours of sleep, so, this should be an interesting cast. It looks like Zenidor is going to open standard, as it were, so 12 gateway. And it's going to be gas first from Firebolt, so this definitely implies some type of aggression in the early mid game. Early to mid game, not early game. Early game, there would be no gas unless it were a Reaper expand. Or Reaper aggression, rather. Oh, there's this caster that I was watching, that when they mean to say something else, or when he means to say something else, he says either, or not either. It wasn't either. Yeah, it's even. So where I will say rather, he will say even, and it drives me nuts because linguistically, even does not mean rather. Even means also, not instead of. So I'm just like, now granted he has a British accent, so everyone's going to cut him slack and whatever. We all like British accents, right? So it looks like Firebolt is gonna scout now. And oh, never mind. So here's what all that gas is going to. This is gonna be a proxied Widowmine factory. So basically what he'll do on this map is he will complete his factory here. He might produce a Widowmine from here, but if he does, it will only be one. Regardless, his next transition will be to move that factory, put it up here, and walk Widowmines into the base.
A proxy Widowmine. I haven't seen that before.
Oh. Actually, it's quite common. Particularly this map.
It's not Narcos.
I guess so. Xenodor has dealt with it many a time, sometimes better than others. Generally speaking, this does not work well against him, but as I said, generally speaking. Do we have yeah, we have another factory in production. So this is what I would consider overcommittal. Because basically, from the time this first Widowmine, from the time Xenodor can see this first Widowmine, he will be trying to get detection and running probes and all that stuff necessary to deal with it. Actually, if I remember this game, I think
Siri.
missed it. Oh wow. Okay, so that Widowmine, good reaction from Xenodor, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, that Widowmine only got one kill. That's gonna burrow. So Xenodor, he's just mining from the other base. I mean, this is essentially the problem with trying something like this against certain people. They just know how to deal with it.
Observer is out.
Yeah, that's gonna... Okay, it hits the mothership core instead of the observer, so that's good. So Xenodor is just gonna keep putting in the... well, and the observer from the splash damage. So, Xenodor is gonna have to get another observer. But I mean, there's only so much these Widowmines can do if Xenodor keeps pulling like this. And Firebolt assumes, oh, I'm costing you mining time.
Wrong. Although, to his credit, this space is now fully saturated, so...
Right. So he's getting something for his troubles, I guess. That Widowmine is gonna try and kill the observer, but Xenodor is on top of it. So he's gonna back the observer out of range of the Widowmines, but in vision of them. This Widowmine is gonna kill the Stalker now. And I'm gonna ask for a pause. Of course, this doesn't affect us, as this is a replay. There's also going to be some light marine aggression over here, and I'm not sure exactly how Zenidor chooses to respond to that. I'm guessing he'll just warp in and deal with it. It's only 2. He might even pull probes. Knowing Zenidor, he's not afraid to, particularly when he's oversaturated like this. This Widowmine's going to come down the ramp, and Zenidor really doesn't have any defense for this. So if that Widowmine burrows, which it is not doing, Zenidor is going to be in a lot of trouble, actually. But he's actually going to attack the Widowmine with his probes, and it will burrow, and now it's going to get 2 probes, because Zenidor ran out of range of the Widowmine with the rest of his probes already. So Zenidor is going to surround these Marines, and then I imagine he's going to look to go back to mining, but he might not be able to. He should have an observer out soon. I do not see an observer on the map for him. He's gone back to mining, and that may be a mistake, as that Widowmine is about to go off again. Boy, this could be painful.
Oh dear. Ouch.
Yeah, so that Widowmine is now at 9 kills, but it is dead now. So Zenidor is actually just slightly undersaturated, so I mean, things could be worse. His opponent is still on 1 base, so basically, as long as Zenidor can demine his base, in the very literal sense, he will be able to, he will be in an economic have an economic advantage. It's just going to take a while.
It's like he's navigating a minefield.
He is. This Widowmine's also going to attempt to burrow, and it will... Yeah. The Observer moves out of range of the splash damage.
Your life was taken for Aiur.
Yeah.
Would the logical idea be to get the factory now?
From Zenidor?
Yeah.
The factory takes too long to kill, so he really needs to worry about demining the field first, because it really does take a long time. He can kill mines faster than they can be produced or whatnot. His Hellions are out. There's only 2 of them, so Zenidor will probably surround them once he finds a good engagement path.
Looks like they're raising some hell.
Making things complicated, at least. He's very dependent on Zealots right now, and basically the reason why is because he doesn't want to spend gas on Stalkers, since he needs to save gas for Observers. He doesn't even have the gas to spend on them if he wanted to. He will definitely want a Stalker sooner or later, because this is getting difficult for Zealots to micro against.
Charge.
Yes, that would be another potential alternative, but that will cost even more gas. Zenidor does clean that up with a good surround, using both his probes and his Zealots. And there's another Hellion, but should die soon.
Also, couldn't he use the probes to tank the Widowmines?
Yeah, he can pull off a single probe, and he's done that on at least one of the. I think I think he did it twice. He did it up here, and then he did that over here once too. And there's another attempt at a surround. He does have a Stalker now, so that really helps, because it just limits the mobility of the Hellions so much more. And with that Stalker out, Firebolt is going to go to Plan B, which is to retreat his factories. And so effectively Zenidor has held this really committed factory aggression. And Zenidor is just going to macro and or counter. He might go for a counterattack because he